Alright, what's good, everybody? Today I'm going through my XXL 2020 freshman class predictions. I'm going to basically go through the people I think are on it, talk a little bit about why, and then I'm going to give some honorable mentions, and then I'm going to give my list as if I were making the XXL freshman list. Let's get into it. Alright, first up we got Polo G. He's definitely going to be on it. I think he's one of the most definite guaranteed artists to be on the list this year. I would say that he's been one of the most consistent artists, at least on the list that I've made, but within the rap industry, he's been pretty fucking consistent. Past 2 years, he hasn't had anything that flopped, no projects, no nothing like that. And his newest project, The GOAT, was predicted to generate 85 to 95,000 sales. So, I mean, the predictions are usually not that far off. So that's fucking impressive. And when the sales come out, that's, people are gonna see. Pretty much every video that he's dropped in the past year has gone semi-viral or just fully viral. So I would say there's no question he's going to be on the list. And I feel like, he wouldn't turn it down like some artists would. Alright. Second place, we have NLE Choppa. I would say that he's definitely guaranteed. This past year was basically his breakout year. He has Shot of Flow 1, 2, and 3 combined has over 400 million views on YouTube. And he was able to, that's really fucking good. And then most artists after that point, they'll start to fall off, and their projects won't do as well, or they'll just be losing views consistently. But he was pretty much able to keep up with that momentum with Camelot, which has 128 million views. And then recently, in the past 2 months, or just over a month, he dropped Walk 'Em Down with Roddy Ricch, which has 66 million views. Bro, 66 million views in 2 months. That's something, bro. He's definitely gonna be on the list. I got no doubt about that. Alright, in third place we have Lil Tecca. This past year was definitely his breakout year. He had Ransom with his music video by Lyrical Lemonade has over 250 million views. And then he kind of kept up the momentum. I'm gonna talk a lot about keeping up the momentum, because that's the one thing that differentiates artists who are probably not gonna go that much further than their hit, versus ones who are gonna they've really established a fan base and they're gonna keep on growing it. But obviously it's almost impossible to have your hit and then do a bigger hit than that consistently after as you're dropping music. So I wouldn't expect anybody to do that. But the fact that he has numbers, so he did Out of Luck, which has 25 million, and then Shots, which has 10 million. Bro, that says everything. He's blown up in the past before Ransom with records like Count Me Out, Love Me, and Love No Thought. Did It Again was a big marker in his career. But none of those were as close to how big he blew up after Ransom dropped. Ransom was definitely his standout point. So I would say Tecca is definitely going to be on it unless he declines, which, quite honestly, it's not off the table that he might decline it. For whatever reason, he seems like the kind of artist that might be well, no, I'm not trying to do that. But I would assume you'll see him on there. So I got a bunch of work with Tecca that I'm gonna be putting on my Instagram soon. Shit that nobody's actually even seen yet. So make sure you get me on Instagram at Tycho Burwell and at Shop at Tycho for my music videos. Alright, next up we got the Kid Leroy. Now he's been doing really well. I would say he's not as big as anybody else on the list, but he's got some really solid songs and collaborations and cosigns. Because he was put on by Juice WRLD at first, so there's a lot of crossover from Juice's fans to Leroy's fans, which gives him a pretty substantial audience. So that's definitely something you can't discount. That's something. He had Let Her Go and Diva, which were both done by Lyrical Lemonade and performed really well. So I would say he's one of the lesser people that's out of this list who's more likely to get on it, but I would say he's probably gonna be on the list. Alright, next up we have Lil TJ. Fuck with Lil TJ. Fuck with Lil TJ like crazy, bro. And I gotta definitely make sure I get some work in with him. Since Pop Out really blew up like that, his videos have been doing about 4 to 10 million typically, which is solid. Those are solid numbers. That means he's an established artist. He's had standouts like FM with 89 million views and Brothers with 83 million views. So those are like his peaks at 89 and 83, which is really good. The fact that he did it twice too, like, that fucking counts. I would put money down that he'll be on it. All right, so next up is Jack Harlow. His hit song, his breakout one was Poppin', which has over 60 million views. It was by Lyrical Lemonade, which that was a surprising one. That one kind of came out of nowhere. He's one of the lesser artists on this list. He typically gets like 1 to 5 million views per video, but he has a solid fan base and it's definitely growing. I was not that into his music when it first started showing up on my radar, but I think he does pretty good. He does his thing too. All right, so now XXL always has they always have to put in females in there, regardless of what's going on. And they're having a little bit of trouble with that this year, because it was definitely, no question, going to be Doja Cat on there as the first female artist on the list. In just the past year, she's had 3 videos get over 120 million views, and just a video from 3 months ago hit 140 million. So she is like way up on the charts, and she would definitely be on the list. But there's a whole thing about the controversy with her getting exposed for being in those chat rooms and that whole thing. Now, I would assume that would affect XXL's standing with her, because obviously they've distanced themselves from people in the past who've had allegations and who've had different controversies around their name. Now, what I will say is, I think that if Doja Cat doesn't make it, she would probably be replaced by Coily Ray, like maybe. She's got some big songs, but she's more just like, she got a lot of cosigns. A lot of people in the industry know her, and I don't know that many other female rappers that would be on this list, except for the next person. And the next one is Flo Milli. She blew up from Beef, Flow Mix, and In the Party, both having millions of streams, and she's been able to keep up the hype with her newest track, Not Friendly, 2 months ago, which has it's almost 900,000 streams by now, which is, well, that's impressive. That's really impressive. One thing about her stuff though is that she's not very consistent. Like earlier, I talked about how Polo G is consistent with his work, and it'll all be like hitting above 1 million, above 2 million, 3 million. Her stuff is it's a lot more scattered. So like, for example, in the past 2 months, she had 3 songs dropped, one of which has almost 900,000 plays, but the other 2 are both at 28,000 plays. Now, that's not to discount her work, because like these would be impressive numbers, like really impressive numbers for a new artist coming onto the scene. But just the fact that she's had multiple songs in the past year blow up, I would expect her streams to be, a little higher within 2 months for the 2 songs that obviously didn't blow up. But she does have this fan base now, so I would expect them to be riding a little harder than 28,000 streams. Just my opinion. All right, next up, one of my favorite, we got King Von. Von is definitely going to be on the list in my opinion. His songs have all been doing numbers over the past, just the past year, and he's become more and more mainstream. His breakout hit, Crazy Story, has over 50 million views, and then like pretty much all of his videos since then have got solid view counts. And then an example of him keeping it consistent and keeping up the hype, from 3 months ago, he had Took Her to the O, which has 17 million views. So I would say he's no question going to be on the list. And finally, this spot I was a little, on the line about. It's for Don Toliver. Now, I've been rocking with Don Toliver since Travis put him on the first time. Since he got signed to Cactus Jack, his career's definitely skyrocketed. No Idea, which blew up on TikTok. Oh fuck. It has 70. Damn. Okay. Alright, yeah, it blew up a little more than I thought it did. He got 79 million views on that. Well, fuck it. He's on the list anyway. I put him on there. Yeah, no, he's definitely gonna be on it now. What the fuck? I didn't realize he had grown so much in like so fucking recently. All right, yeah. So Don Toliver, you'll definitely see him on there now. I was a little on the edge before, but he's got almost 80 million views on this video. It's crazy. Cause his stuff, I remember when I first like checked him out. Because I first heard about like him working with Travis and stuff like that, and I went and looked at his stuff, and it was all in like the tens of thousands. Like nothing was above 100,000 at that point, and now he's at like 80 million views on a video. He did he's got crazy numbers on SoundCloud. I would definitely expect to see him on the list. Yeah, he's definitely on it now. Now I'm gonna go through honorable mentions, either people who were just runner-ups or people who like have really put in the work this year but just weren't at that level yet. So first up, we got Pop Smoke. Rest in peace, man. He definitely would have been on it if he didn't get killed, man. Like realistically, he would have definitely been on it. YNW Melly, he would have definitely been on the list had he not been in jail. Baby Keem, Lil Loaded, Favi, YSM Flow, Chef G, Sleepy Hollow, Lil Keed, Guap Dev 4000, 24K Golden, Stunner for Vegas, D Smoke, Flip De Niro, Shorty, Jack Boy, Ian Dior, and Justin Rari. Those would be my honorable mentions for this list. Now I'm gonna go through my list if I was making the XXL lineup. So if we're putting together my list, I would say Polo G, Lil Tecca, Rod Wave, J.I., Chef G and Sleepy Hollow, King Von, Lil TJ, one more, and Don Toliver. He's been definitely putting in the work, and he's crazy talented too. All right, that's my list. Boom, there you go. All right, let me know who you think is gonna be on it in the comments. Give me your predictions. Let me actually tell me who would be on your list, because everybody's gonna have pretty similar predictions, because it's there's not much room. It's a lot less people to choose from this year, I would say. So yeah, let me know who you want to be on it, who would be on your list, and then also like tell me who you think would be on it, whatever input you got. Also drop any video ideas, because I think I'm gonna be doing more videos like this, and I don't have anything to do, man. Alright, follow me on Instagram at Tycho Burwell, at shop at Tycho for music videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.